Blossom, and of course we know that the program runs from 11 a.m. to 12 noon every Monday through Friday, and we're streaming live. You can watch us on Facebook and Twitter, also on Instagram at Galaxy Television. We also have Galaxy Web for the Facebook, and we are on YouTube, of course, and we have Galaxy TV Entertainment, Galaxy TV News. We also have Galaxy TV Comedy. Then for your event, the red carpet moment, we have Galaxy TV Vibes, so you can always like, subscribe and share. And also for those who don't have a screen TV beside them, you're on transit, you're walking and you want to watch the program, you can just download Galaxy Television app from Google Play Store or Apple Play Store to watch all of our live programs live. So you're welcome to the show again. Today's interesting, and of course I always have my girl with me, Covenant. Good morning, how you doing?
Good morning, Rose Blossom.
Good morning.
How are you doing today? You asked
I'm doing
how
good.
I'm doing. I'm very well.
Okay,
I'm
yes.
very well. And you're doing good too.
Yeah, I'm
right?
doing good.
That's all right. Good morning, our dear and esteemed viewers. How are you doing today? Don't worry, you're not left out. I want to know, how are you doing today? If you're doing very well, type in the comment section, wherever you're watching from, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, just type in the comment section. Tell me you're doing well. My name remains Covenant Essien, aka the Lagos Girl, and you are officially welcome to the Women's Corner.
You are very welcome. Today's topic is actually mind-blowing, and of course now parenting has started again, basically as it has started when the children were home, but now they've gone back to school. So you have to fix yourself, fix them, make sure they go to school early. You have to bathe them if they are still little. You just have to take care of them and still be able, after coming back from work, you still have time to ask them, how was school? Have you done your homework? So it's a whole lot. That's what we're talking about, balancing career with parenting. And of course we have an amazing guest that will be doing that. But before that, let's go for a tip. And this one is about mindfulness. We have to be mindful of what we do in 2025. It's still a new year. There are some persons that have not said Happy New Year too. So yes, it's still a new year for everyone. And so we'll be taking tips on mindfulness. You just have to be mindful what you do. Sometimes even how your mind works, how you think, your thoughts, those things are what drives the aura of vibes around you. So let's quickly watch this one, tips on mindfulness, and we'll be right back to the studio to continue the program with Covenant and our guests. Stay with us.
Tips on mindfulness. Many people want to incorporate mindfulness more into their everyday lives, but they mistakenly believe that the process is complicated or time-consuming, and so they get discouraged from starting. The truth is, adding simple mindfulness practices into your daily life is easier than you think. Number 1. Set aside a regular time to practice. Regular short periods of mindfulness can work better than occasional long ones. If you struggle to find the time, try choosing 1 or 2 things you already do daily and do them mindfully. For example, you could practice mindfulness while doing the washing up or taking a shower. Number 2. Make yourself comfortable. It can help to do mindfulness in a space where you feel safe, comfortable, and won't be easily distracted. Some people also find that it helps to be outdoors or surrounded by nature. Number 3. Take it slowly. Try to build up your practice bit by bit. You don't need to set ambitious goals or put pressure on yourself. Remember, you're learning a new skill that will take time to develop. Number 4. Don't worry about whether you're doing it right. Try not to worry about doing the exercises correctly. Focus on using them in the ways that are most helpful for you. Many people that find it takes a while to feel comfortable doing mindfulness exercises. Number 5. Throughout the day, check in with yourself. Pause, take a breath, and revisit your intention. Simply observe as you become more and more conscious of your intentions for each day, how the quality of your communications, relationships, and mood shifts. And 6. Focus on your breathing. When you have negative thoughts, try to sit down, take a deep breath, and close your eyes. Focus on your breath as it moves in and out of your body. Sitting and breathing for even just a minute can help.
You're still watching Women's Corner, and of course you can see how amazing those tips are, and every day we tend to give you about 2 to 3 tips for your daily life, daily routine, lifestyle, health, everything basically. But of course most times it has to do with women. We're sorry and we're not sorry because it's Women's Corner. So anyways, today, like I said, we'll be talking about balancing career with parenting, and of course our guest's name is Adesua Joan Oni. She's the CEO of Stepped Up Global Consult, a founder of Pregnancy Support Foundation, that is a PSF, and also she is a mentor and an author. And guess what? She is a registered nurse. Yes, of course. So can we have Adesua on the screen, please? Is Adesua ready? Okay, while we're trying to get that ready and the Zoom up running, of course this time around we have a lot of things, we have to be security conscious basically, yes, because definitely. A lot of things, this is the new year. You know, when you're working, sure you're working with someone. If you have to work at night, make sure you are working where there is a part where it's light, you understand,
where
so
that you
don't
people.
Exactly, so you can see people. So it's a whole lot of things. So let's quickly go for our second tip, of course. And after the second tip, second tip is about security alertness. So you just have to be alert. Your environment, even at your workplace, is not just about kidnappers or what have you. Don't sleep and fall and break one tooth. Imagine you now having we wouldn't be able to smile.
No,
really. Until you probably fix something else there. So yes, you just have to be security conscious basically. It's very important. So let's quickly go for that tip, and hopefully by then Adesua should be on Zoom to join us for the interview, because we have lots and lots of questions for her. We'll be right back.
Tips on being security alert. Be friendly with neighbors. Maintaining a positive relationship with your neighbors go a long way in ensuring a safe neighborhood. This breeds a lookout situation for every suburb and thus guarantee a watchful and vigilant locality. Number 2. Simple lifestyle. Living a simple and responsible lifestyle thoroughly drives off attention from criminals and hoodlums. Conducting activities moderately and avoiding glitz and glamour helps you make one less of a censurable and threat personality. Number 3. Be vigilant. Being alert and watchful is a wisdom element. Every individual has to be sharp-spirited and psyched up to happenings around them. Be observant, be perceptive, and report any unwholesome or unusual behavior immediately to the appropriate authorities. Number 4. Never give out information carelessly. This seems rather normal for most Nigerians. Secret memos and data leak out of our lips either willingly, in pubs, or even in an atmosphere of hysteria. Always ensure cogent information about you or members of your family are shared amongst those trustworthy. Never give vital information to a person unfamiliar to you. Number 5. Keep gadgets close at night. Over the years, it has become common knowledge that having gadgets like radios, phones, loaded with airtime, and even the torchlight close to our easy reach permanently helps us during danger times. SOS phone calls helps to save lives as well as other home appliances. Number 6. Ensure availability of home security equipment. For the home, security has never been a more talked about situation than now. Basic security appliances like lights, windows, doors, and gates should be available and secured at night time. Doors should be locked, curtains drawn, and gates closed. Number 7. Identify weaknesses. Every individual or corporate body should always note the weaknesses in their home, organization, and work hard to solve it. Weaknesses such as bad locks, a bad door, or even a faulty bulb could be an incentive for opportunistic theft and thus attract burglars. Number 8. Avoid late night outings. Taking the security situation of the country into consideration, it is wise for individuals to keep off late night activities. Depravity, evil doings, and insidiousness mostly typify and peg nightlife in Nigeria. Number 9. Maintain a conscious mind. Nowadays, in Nigeria, every home is a potential target, but the more we maintain a sense of consciousness, neighborliness, and community togetherness, security and defense would sooner than later become a problem of the past. Number 10. Examine visitors. Ensure to always check and vet external bodies that visit your homes. Some are hoodlums who act in uniform as NPF or PHCN staff. Always scrutinize such individuals and visitors and keep them at a distance.
All right, welcome back. You're still watching Women's Corner with Iris Blossom and, of course, with Covenant. Can we just have Adesua Joan Oni on the screen so we can start our questions, please? Hi, good morning, Adesua.
Good morning, Adesua.
Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
It's good to have you.
Good to have you.
It's good to, I'm so excited seeing you in 2025. You know, we rocked this Zoom thing 2024 and here we are again, 2025, we're doing it. Thank you so much for always making yourself available for us.
You're welcome. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
Okay, so we're just going to get started because of time. So, of course, we're talking about balancing career with parenting. First, we know it's not even easy building a career, be it alone or you have supporters. And also, parenting is a full-time job for every woman because you have to think about everything and make things work. But the first question I want to ask, what is the first problem you think a lot of people who are trying to build their career and at the same time have kids, of course have husbands, and they just need to balance it? What is the mistake you think they make or the wrong step they take which makes it look as though balancing the career, I know it's not easy, balancing the career and doing the parenting at the same time is the most difficult job or almost impossible?
How do I start answering this question actually? Trust me. Trust me. I'm not saying that I'm 100% perfect when it comes to balancing work life and career. You know, there are some tribes that will even tell you that it's not possible, that the woman was made to stay at home and the man was made to work. That was how God had it to be from the beginning, that he was supposed to bring money in and have the woman sit at home and breastfeed the children and rear the children, bring them up like you're bringing up poultry, like chickens in the poultry, give them the full attention. And they believe that that is how God planned it to be. But with revolution, with evolution too, a lot of things have come to show us, a lot of happenstance have come to show us that it may not continue to be like that. And because we have examples from the Bible that have shown us that, we know about the woman, Proverbs 31 woman. She goes out, she does a lot of work. In fact, from what we see of Proverbs 31 woman, she does a lot of things and she still takes care of her household. So it automatically means that it's possible to balance these things. Now, going to your question, the major problem that people have is that they believe that they should do everything. If you look at that Proverbs 31 woman very closely, you would discover that there was a verse that said, she had maids. and she gives a portion to her maids. So it goes to show that you can delegate, you can outsource, you can actually combine, help, you can get support system. The mistake many people make is that they tend to want to carry the whole world on their head, and I miss Sabi, I feel do I can do it and I will do it. If anybody else does it, it will not be good. That's the major mistake a lot of women make nowadays.
Amazing.
Wow. Amazing. So I actually have a question.
Yes, please, go
I have
ahead.
questions, but before let me just ask this particular one. Oh. So you mentioned, Adesuwa, you mentioned that everybody believes that as a man you go to work. I mean, it is normal because you're a man, you go to work, you're the leader, and then a woman is supposed to be a stay-home mom because she has children and she has to take care of these children. Now, do you think it is advisable for women that are now mothers to become a stay-home mom or to leave their career, because parenting is a full-time job, just like Rose Blossom said? Do you think it's advisable for a woman to just leave her career because of parenting, or drop her career because of parenting?
It depends on the woman, right? That's why it's highly individualistic. Some women will be happy to let go of their career to stay at home and take care of their children, because parenting is a ministry, it's a calling. So if that is all you achieve with your entire life, trust me, I will not tell you that you did not do well. I will not tell you that you did not do well. Now, for me, that's why I said individualistic. It depends on the goals that you have for your life. It depends on what you have told yourself you are going to achieve with your life. It depends on your personality too. If you know that, okay, the kind of makeup that I have, I can balance my career, go after my dreams, get bright visions, and make sure that those visions come to life, and then still handle the parenting aspect. If you know that you can do that, why not? You should not let anything hold you back.
Of these things you're saying now, a question just popped in my head, different from what I even penned down, and that is, when we mothers sometimes we feel that we're a bit disconnected from our kids at some points, because we feel like maybe we're concentrating too much on the career, even the husband sometimes will definitely probably open up to you like, baby, you have not been doing this, the way you do this, you're not doing that anymore. Now, when we feel guilty as a woman because why we're not having that bond with our children again, what do you think we should do to be able to balance this thing and still be able to focus on career? But how do we take away that guilt and do better?
Okay, there are many answers to that question. I hope I will not forget everything I wanted to say. Okay, so now, first thing, celebrate your achievements, right? How do you take away that guilt? Celebrate your achievements and celebrate with your loved ones. Number two, carry them along. If you don't carry them along, you will continue to feel that guilt. For instance, when I go for medical outreaches, I take my husband and my children goes with me, right? My children see what I do. They understand what I do. They don't understand perfectly. That is why I'm here doing this interview in this space, because I know that they can easily run in and say, Mommy, I want more rice. And, they would have forgotten. Children forget within split seconds. You gave them an instruction, and next minute they've forgotten that you asked them to not make noise. So the next thing, they come to say, oh, okay, sorry, but they've interrupted what you wanted to do. There are some jobs that you cannot have children around because of the level of focus that you need. My kind of job as a nurse, sometimes you can have your children in the same arena, in the same hospital where you are. There will be a place that will be designated for you to have your short breaks, and then your children will be there. Now, if they have an insight, if they have an idea of what you do and the amount of energy that goes into what you do, the understanding comes that, oh, okay, this is the level of what she does. Okay, she needs focus in this place. If you carry your partner along too, you'll be able to talk to your children and explain to them that, okay, this thing that mom is doing is this thing, and this is how it goes. And she needs maximum silence, and then she needs this and she needs that to do this. I'm saying this because I am a coach. Now, as a nurse at the hospital, they will not come in between me and my patients, obviously. They'll be playing somewhere or they'll be at school, right? But they understand what it means to be a nurse. I've explained to them in different ways, and they've fallen sick at different times that I had to be the one to take care of them. I explained to them that this is what I do for people in the hospital. So when understanding comes, then that sense of guilt will not come when you are not there. Now, another point I want to say is that when you are now not at work, because you can't be at work 24/7, when you happen to be free, maximize that period optimally, right? If you study the personality of your children and you know that, oh, this one likes quality time, oh, this one likes words of appreciation, oh, this one likes receiving gifts, oh, this one likes doing this. When you are free, give them that attention, even if it's just 1 hour every day. Make sure that time you are available, and when you are available, they feel the love. You watch movies. I sit down to watch movies with my husband, like at least once in a week, right? And that time you push in all your energy into it, then you feel that sense of accomplishment. You even see it in their eyes that, okay, they are really excited with your presence at that time. So when you are away, they know how to cope, and then when you come back, they know how to maximally enjoy that season. So that is how not to feel guilty. It is if you are not around, and when you are around, you're still working. That is when you come up with that sense of guilt, that even your presence here is not even making any difference. What are you now at home for? Why did you say you are done from work when you are not even mentally, spiritually, and like fully available to us? So I believe I've been able to answer that question.
To ask this now, for a growing career, a woman is still growing her career and all of that. Now, how does she attend to a teenager? Because trust me, having a teenager in your house, 18, is another job aside from parenting.
Oh, yes.
Because they can stress you mentally, and if you're not strong enough, you probably do it the wrong way, and that child might even go out of line and you might just lose touch of that child probably for a long time till adulthood, because there's a restriction, there's a holding back, there's no freedom anymore. Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to get my career to its peak, and here I am having a teenager who wants to go to party, who wants to dress the way he feels or she feels. I want to express myself. How can one be able to just manage the situation and not lose it?
Number one. Oh my God, my answer to this question is very, very, very widespread. I wish that I would have an opportunity for a follow-up of this. Number one, I'm not a mother of teenagers, so I cannot confidently say, hey, I know exactly what to do at this stage. Right? So that said, I can give an insight, right? Now, whatever you encounter with your teenager begins with what you have encountered when that child was a child, right? Start early. I usually tell people, if you want to build your career, the time to start is now. Don't wait till you have kids. Don't wait till you are married. Don't wait till one money falls from heaven. Like, start quickly, so that by the time you're building to the peak of your career, your children are already, they're already here, or they're already growing out of childhood. But if you start building when your children are 5 or you are their 10-year-old, by the time you are really ready to get to the peak of your career, they also need your attention maximally. So, for instance, I graduated as a registered nurse at 21. If I immediately began to build my brand at that time, I would have built to a certain level before I got married. That is my own perspective. I'm not saying everybody should do the same thing, right? Some people will prioritize, some people will decide to get married first before deciding to focus on academics, or focus on continuing education, or focus on career. Once you begin early, whatever it is you want to do, start immediately. Don't start postponing and saying, oh, I'll do it when Jesus comes or when rapture takes place. Just start, because you don't know what 2027 will bring. You don't even know what if you have a child that has a disability? And that a child that has disability does not just need your attention. She needs like 100%, like nearly 100% of your time. Some people will have to even completely forget about their career so that they'll give all their love to that kind of child. For a teenager to make yourself available, it's not at that teenage year when the child is 13 or 12 that the activity begins. The activity begins when that teenager was a child. So the process that you're putting that child through is what will determine how that teenager relates with you at that age. Because yes, they need a lot of attention. In fact, I don't even know who needs attention most. Neonates, newborns, or teenagers, right? They need your attention, and you too need to keep your eye on them. And trust me, what you ask is actually a serious challenge. It's going to determine how the world will go in the next 5-10 years, because they are the future. Teenagers now are the future, and the way adults nowadays handle these teenagers will determine where we are going. If we don't do it right, if we don't get it right, I tell my colleagues that are 45, my colleagues that are 40, I said, see, if we parents of now that have 10-year-olds, 7-year-olds, if we don't get it right now, if we don't act right, you don't expect a miracle in the next 20 years or in the next 15 years when these people are taking over from us. If you don't say or do what is right. Okay, there was something I did that my children witnessed that I was not proud of. My daughter now came to me. My second daughter is 5-year-old. She came to me and said, Mommy, why did you speak like that to that person? Do you know that I was crushed? I was feeling very proud. I was like, I will not apologize because what I did was not wrong. I had to correct that, and I was very angry. But because my daughter challenged me and I said that, oh God, this is not a good example. And I told her that, okay, what Mommy did was not a good way to handle the situation. So I had to make sure she witnessed the whole thing. I went to that person and apologized. I hugged with the person and explained that, okay, I'm sorry. If not because of my pride and my ego, because I don't want my child to learn this. Because I don't want her to carry on with it. Because whatever I do as an adult, when that child is 12, 13, you say, okay, that's how my mother does it. And I can also speak to people anyhow I like. She will not really see from your perspective because she doesn't even understand the background of what happened. All she knew is that she saw Mommy flaring up, she saw Mommy angry. And she did not know the background of what happened. So I had to explain to her, okay, what Mommy did was wrong. I told her I was sorry. Then I went to the person, I took her along, I went to the person and apologized. This was very hard for me to do. Because I was still boiling inside me, I was still angry because I was so right. But in that situation, I was so right. But because I didn't want to leave a wrong notion in the mind of my children, my older daughter too was there, but my older daughter did not ask me any questions. So it was the younger one that asked. So whatever it is we do now, if we dress immodestly now, we don't expect our adolescents not to dress immodestly. If we go to parties as full-grown adults, we don't expect this child to get to 100 level and not go to parties. Why will you tell the person not to go for night parties and enjoy herself? And you know the boundary, you know where to stop. But they may decide to go all the way and land themselves in trouble. And they will tell you, it was what I saw you do that I did. I just did it better than you did. So trust me, whatever it is we want to see in our teenagers, it begins with us as parents, and the handling begins from this. They say, what's this adage? I don't even know. I can't really remember the adage. But whatever it is you will not take in 10 years' time, don't start initiating it now. Right? And whatever it is, the result you want to see, that kind of result you want to see in 10 years' time, you have to begin the process now. That teenager that you want, that balance. See, there are teenagers that take care of their younger ones when Mommy is not around. There are teenagers that will tell Mommy, don't worry, I will handle it. And they'll be around, they will do the right things. Those people are rare, but it's a result of what their parents put in them, maybe from age 4 all the way to age 10. If you have not been able to infuse systems into them, if they don't have routines and schedules to follow, how do you expect the person not to be anyhow? She will be all over the place, and that anyhowness will be there. And she will need your consistent follow-up every day of her life as a teenager. I believe I've been able to answer that question.
She did justice to it, trust me. You went into the can and you brought every content out. Thank you so much for giving that response, because trust me, it's not easy to do both. You know why you were talking like they're supposed to be paying mothers. Because trust me, it's rare for you to see a father take such role or responsibility.
It's rare.
Yeah, stop looking at me, Kayode. It's very rare. There are men who do that. I understand, but trust me, it is very rare for them to be an adult, even before becoming an adult, and they are seeing everything even before it plays out. It takes a lot. And while I feel it's easier for the women, it's because we're more emotional.
True.
We get easily connected. But men, trust me, you all are just logically thinking. Anyway, do you have questions for her?
Yes, I do have a question. So thank you so much again for answering that question, for dissecting and explaining everything. So my question is, what are the practical boundaries that you need to create between work and family, especially now that technology has made it quite difficult for parents? Let's say you went to work and then you're back from work, and then you know that your kind of job, you have to, maybe if you have an unfinished work from the office, you have to continue using your laptop at home. When is that time to say, okay, you know what, I need to draw the boundaries between working and family? I need to just draw that boundary. I need to create that boundary. What are the practical ways you can create such boundaries?
Okay, now that question is one that my husband helped me to answer about 2 years ago, or into last year. I was still grappling with those things. So if you hear me speak today, I'm not speaking from the perspective of I'm perfect. Trust me. I've been married for 9 years, but I'm still a work in progress, right? So he had to tell me that, because he discovered that when I come back home, I still go on and on with a lot of work, because apart from working at the hospital, I still come back working on my phone and trying to build my brand. I have a lot of online communities. I try to still do 1 or 2 things, answer questions, carry out webinars. Most webinars hold by 6, 7, 8. And you will see me trying to rush and make dinner and explain to my children and my husband that okay, this is what I have to do and this. So he had to sit me down one day and tell me that you have to have a closing time. You have to have a break time. You have to have the time where you are not working. Set work boundaries. Like I should say, it was a very hard pill to swallow, because I was like, how will I do this one now? When the thing I even want to do is not time bound. The person that will send you a message can send you a message by 9. And the thing may be related to 100K. Like, person won't give me 100K. You can't say make I not send account number. You go hard though. So it was not an easy pill to swallow. Somebody just DMs me. The person has seen my status or seen my LinkedIn post or something, and the person just came to my DM and said, "Oh, I want to take this training. How much is it?" I want to say, the time schedule that I sent, you don't reach. I want to reply that message. So you have to explain to me that I need to set boundaries. That okay, when it gets to this particular time, I stop using my phone and all of that. I already set boundaries for myself in my spiritual life. Like, for instance, if I'm reading my Bible and stuff like that, I put my phone face down so that even if it rings, I don't see the person that is calling. I put it on silent sometimes. Sometimes I put it on airplane mode. Sometimes I just leave it and plug it into the light and go to the room to do my devotion or read or do. Sometimes, I devote myself to reading a book a week. So if I want to read 5 chapters of that book, wow, how would I do that and still be using my phone? So I tell myself that, okay, this is off time for phone. I put it aside completely. So that is creating boundaries. Let that boundary be very clear. Let it be very clear. If you want to do it by 8 p.m., if you want to fix it at 8 p.m., let it be 8 p.m. If it's going to be 7 p.m., let it be 7 p.m. I told my husband, okay, by weekends, I'm going to be busy, because most webinars fall into weekends, right? And okay, you got to understand, my husband really does not have a lot, he doesn't really have problem with it, but he wants there to be continuous bonding in the family. So I cannot always be away with technology if I have to establish that boundary, right? Because he too is actually a busy person. We cannot all be busy at the same time. So another thing that's into what I said before is communicating with your family. If you want to achieve success, you need your family to be carried along, whatever it is you do. Share your schedule with them. Explain, not like share the work. Share, like use your mouth to explain to them that, okay, mommy has to do this and I have to do this. When I get to work from work, I'm going to go to this place, right? Then designate a particular time for family time. If you know that, oh, we are going to go out at this particular time, make it a constant thing that, oh, we are going to go out at this time. Then whatever responsibilities you have to do at home, share responsibility with your partner. I know that there are some partners that are not supportive in this area, but thanks be to God, I have a partner that is supportive in this area. For instance, when I was about to come in for this program, my two girls told me that that time they wanted to eat rice. I told them that, okay, your rice is in the warmer. I already taught my daughter how to do some things, because trust me, if you're going to be a busy person, or you want to combine career and family life, you need to be able to teach others how to help you, how to support you, how to help themselves when you're not around, like when you are not available, with love, right? Not like, it's my right, like, waiting, you people should be understanding, you people are supposed to be understanding, no, it's not that kind of thing. Explain to your partner. If he's ready to help, then let him help. Like, there are some chores my husband helps me to do. There are some chores that my husband will not do. Like, don't even bother to shalaye, don't bother to beg. But there are some things that he loves to do. I'll just tell him, please, can you help me to do it? He will not have any stress. He will just do it. And I'm thankful to God that part of those things are attending to the children and cooking. Those two, I will never have my children hungry, or like they want to play and hunger is not letting them play. No, that will never happen, right? So you can share responsibilities and tell them, okay, please, can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? You can't tell my husband to wash clothes for you. You will not wash. You don't forget that one. Know that you will designate a particular time to go and do your laundry or do what have you. Then another thing, setting boundaries, right? You need to also leverage technology. Like I set alarms a lot, right? I use time management tools, right? There are some alarms that when they are ringing, my husband will say, another alarm don't they ring? Which one be this one? Another alarm don't they ring? And every day alarm they ring. So when I check the face of the alarm, I will know, okay, this was the time, this was what I set for this time. And then I'll go attend to it. Or I will start to prepare my mind to attend to it, right? Because with technology, lots of things will come on board. Then, like I said before, it's good to establish tech-free zones, like times when you are eating, know that you are not using your phone. Like, just put your phone away. It's not been easy for me to adjust to that, but it's actually doable. Everybody put off your phone when it's family time. Like when you are eating or when you are watching a movie. There was a time that I had to do something very important webinar. And the person did not send me a reminder like a day before. So I totally forgotten. I was watching a movie with my family, and my phone was sitting where it was sitting. And we're done watching the movie, and me and my husband carried ourselves to the bedroom. Okay, how to read my Bible, and I put on my phone. And I just saw the messages from that group. The webinar was supposed to, the person sent me a WhatsApp message. I said, come on, if you did not see me, you were supposed to just call and something. So when there's a tech-free zone, I didn't feel bad because I've spent that time with my family, right? So let your people know, let people you work with know that, okay, at this time, I'm not available. I tell my volunteers, I tell my partners I work with that at this time, please don't bother to call me, because I will not even pick your call. Don't stress me. In this particular time, just forget about it. Another thing we need to do is to prioritize self-care, because sometimes we don't exercise, we don't engage in hobbies, we just work around the clock like we want to die. Because trust me, if we continue to do that work, that career you are trying to pay attention to, you will not live to reap the fruits of that labor, right? I believe I've been able to answer that to some extent.
Thank you very, very much. I can't even ask more questions because our time is already up, but really thank you so much, Adesua, for joining us. As always, I enjoy your session, and trust me, if you leave Adesua, she will talk for 2 hours because she has a lot of it in her. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed the program though. Did you enjoy the program? Did you enjoy yourself on the program?
Yeah, always talking is what I'm blessed to do. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All of us from Galaxy TV, we all from Galaxy TV, we do appreciate you, and we say a big thank you for joining. Do have a beautiful day for yourself, Joanne.
so much.
Okay, and that is it from Adesua Duan Oni. She did amazingly well. She did so beautifully well, trust me. There was one more question I wanted to ask her, and that was the part that when you have a job, a career that interferes with parenting, like literally, you already see that if you take up this job, if you go that route, it will just interfere into your career. So into your parenting. So what do? You drop the career or you go for parenting? Well, obviously, we didn't have time to ask that one, but we can always, do that later, sometime later, and we can't take any other tips. So maybe you should just sign out. Let's go.
Oh my goodness! I mean, I'll always take out something from any guest that comes on the show or that have an interview with us, and I really took out something from what Adesua said. She said you need to teach others how to help or support you, especially when you're dealing with parenting and it's really maybe overwhelming for you at some point. Teach your children, teach your partner with love and how to support you and how to help you so that your job is not also everything is not overwhelming for you. Anyways, I remain Covenant, aka the Lagos girl, and like I always say, keep learning, keep living, and keep loving till we come in fact, we're coming your way very soon at the buzz. So see you shortly. Bye for now.
Okay, yes, and that's it on today's program. Of course, tomorrow will come your way again on Galaxy TV from 11 a.m. to 12 noon, and of course, up next.